In this video, I'm putting the entire back piece on, the back panel on my tiny toy hauler that I'm building. So, um, the I got the board already ready to go, all cut and everything. That was me putting some butyl tape, that's a 3/4 inch piece of butyl tape, on the bottom just to kind of seal it. I kind of did some kind of a gasket type of deal on the bottom there where I already Poor Man fiberglass and painted the inside of that canvas. So the outside still needs to be painted, but I'm actually going to overlap it with the outside. So um, one thing I can already tell you right now, since it's done, I looked underneath it now that it's all said and done, and there's a few spots where it's not completely making contact with that butyl tape. So I'm going to end up having to probably get some, I mean, I was planning on doing it anyway, but getting some good caulk and running it between the siding and the frame of the trailer. The butyl tape's just for added protection. It didn't do it on the sides or the front. They all make contact really good with the butyl tape. Just the back doesn't. And there's a couple reasons for that. One could be because this was the bottom piece on my sawhorses, and it's been there for a while. Um, and so it could have just gotten bowed over time. The other reason is because I noticed after the fact that I did not put near as many screws in that bottom as I did on all the other ones. So I just overlooked that. I should have probably doubled the number of screws, and that would have helped. So the tight bond mix that I've got here, the directions say you can dilute, I think 10% water, and that makes it a lot runnier and a lot easier to work with. So that's what I do. I put, I think about 16 ounces, and then I added about 2 ounces of water, and then I added about 20 up to the 24 ounce mark. So it's about 10% water mixture, and I'm just rolling it on with a roller brush there. It went a whole lot faster on the wood, um, and than it did on this canvas. This canvas just drinks this stuff up, so I ended up having to mix quite a bit. I think, I mixed two 24-ounce amounts, so that's 48 ounces worth of this stuff just to do the bottom half here. So anyway, I'm rolling it on. As you can see, I started with the top. Well, I split this in half, right? So the bottom half is the part I'm gluing. I'm gonna wait till that dries. Then I'm gonna flip it down and do the top half on another day. I'll give this plenty of time to dry. But the reason I did that top mark was because I can't really see where I glued on the wood side. So that was my mark. I made marks on the right and left side, so I knew where it was going to be at. Made one quick line down there, so I knew where to mark it at, or where to apply the tight bond. Um, so I'm kind of throwing it on there pretty quick. I'm gonna go by and do another layer because I just, like I said, it's just sucking it right up, and I didn't feel like I had a good enough mix. So I'm mixing the second half right now. Again, about 10% water to 90% tight bond. And pardon right here, I forgot to move the ladder. I move it in just a second when I realize it. There you go. Um, so continuing to roll it on. What I end up doing with that bottom half is I cut it, and I think I'm going to cut it a little differently next time, but I'll let you see how I did it here. This is the first time I've done a side. I did all the other sides and realized the back's the one I need to do first. So it's the last one I actually got to finishing up to get on the trailer. And I do have holes drilled, and I can see where those holes are at. For the brake lights, the turn signal lights, and then also the marker lights. Here what I'm doing is I'm pulling the canvas tight and putting a couple of just nails in it to hold it tight so that those corners don't, so they stay on. I didn't want to do the corner yet because I'm not going to overlap it very much. So here's where I'm doing the second coat, and this takes a while. Just got to be patient with it and keep going and use a lot more glue than you thought you were going to need. I kind of had a feeling I was going to end up using a lot just based on how much it took to do the bottom seal gasket pieces that I did. But Anyway, we'll see. I'm going to let this dry overnight. Um, I'm editing this video the day I took it. I actually did this at night. It was like 10 o'clock at night when I started on this. Um, so, yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comment section. I will do my best to respond from what I know. But again, I'm kind of new at this, so this is what I researched. Um, And so we're going to see how that goes. See, I was using a sharp razor blade, which seemed to be working well, except it's canvas. And so eventually it's not perfectly straight and you end up fraying really bad. So I think what I'm going to do next time is just do the scissor method. Since I've got the gasket on the bottom, it doesn't have to be a perfect edge. So I'm just cutting it, and then I just kind of throw a light coat of glue over it, or actually a pretty heavy coat of glue over it, just to kind of help contain all the fraying as it dries, and then I clean it up with water when I'm done. But anyway, follow-up videos, in a number of years will be nice to see how well this thing's holding up. But right now it's new, so I can show you what I'm doing, but I can't tell you how long-term it's going to be. I hope it's going to be really long-term because this has been a massive project. It's been a lot of fun, but it's been a big project, and it would be a shame if it lasted me one trip and then molded or something. Um, anyway, so this is just water. I'm cleaned up the floor, and I cleaned up the frame there to get all the tight bond off. So far so good. Subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, or if you're interested in my tiny toy hauler build. I've got some more videos on the way dealing with the electrical system, dealing with solar panels, etc. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching.